Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
It like glitched right at that second, like.
Sorry. Well, that's not my damn fault. So you know what? I'm not sorry. Hello, everybody. My name's KD, and this is Austin, and we are doing our weekly generic paranormal show. And so we really don't have any structure. We're kind of raised, outdoors. Is a way of putting it.
I guess.
Yeah, man. Like we were raised by wolves. I'm just kidding. We both had great parents. What's in the box? What box, Brandon? Oh man, you know what,
From
Austin?
last
We never
week.
did. We never did finish ordering freaking Brandon's Christmas present, did we?
No, we didn't.
You remember what I'm talking about?
Yes, and I told you to do that a while ago, and you
Oh well,
fucking
y'all told
did.
you to do some shit, but you didn't remind me.
Well,
Well, what? I hope you're happy with yourself.
I am.
Okay. And we got
And
Brandon back
actually,
there pushing buttons and
yeah.
saying rude things. Hello, Carol Garcia, Pam Harris.
So
Yeah, that's cool,
this
man.
is a recorder.
That's a
It's a
neat
recorder.
recorder,
It is.
and it records the MP3. Can you put like
Mm-hmm.
a SD card in it or something?
Yeah, I have to have an SD card in it for it to work.
Yeah, this is cool, man.
So
This little light thingy. I was
I
doing this
know.
earlier. Woo, look, that looks.
Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants.
Ooh.
Boots and
Yeah, hold on a second. So it reacts with your
But I hope you're
with
happy
your
with yourself. I am.
like inductance. Here we go.
And we got Brandon back there pushing buttons. Yeah, saying
Why am I hearing
yourself.
yeah, that was weird.
As I was playing back the recording
Oh
of it.
Jesus Christ. I wasn't even paying attention to what you were doing. Holy shit. I was
I
like,
was just
dude,
trying to
that's
think.
so weird. That was like a minute ago when I said that.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Russell? Shy, Carol Garcia again. You already said hello to you, but Brandon, tell these people hello.
hello.
There you go. Good job. Thank you.
That is basically a recorder. That's all it is. I was hoping that I could use it and somehow do live playback to slow the speed down somehow. But I can't do that apparently. So
Okay, never could.
Hello,
yeah,
Sarah.
that's what I want, man. I want like
Sarah Limos.
Sarah.
On? Is it on? Or it should I would assume
It's like
on.
Oon, isn't
Like
it, or something? I think she said it was Oon.
on.
I don't know. How do you
Tell us,
spell out a
Sarah.
pronunciation? Is it with O? I don't
Yeah,
know.
you
She'll
could
correct
just
me.
like spell it like kind of how it sounds, like if it's like a, you know what I mean? It's kind of what they
Yep.
do in the like my name would be like Kay and then Dee. Yeah.
I find it, what's funny? I
Miss you
think it's
too,
funny
Sarah.
when people like put the spelling of their like the pronunciation of their name on their Facebook page profile.
Well, I think
But
it
like
automatically does that, though, doesn't it?
no,
No, it doesn't.
it's an
Or you got to
option you
pick it.
can, and it's an option you have to pick. I
Okay,
think.
well, it
And
is
then
what
you
it
have the most
is.
like basic name like Justin or freaking like something where like why would you need pronunciation?
Sarah, I hope
Of
everything's going well with you.
yeah, I saw Sarah a couple months ago.
Oh yeah, I don't see
Yeah,
anybody, man. Just stuck out here
I
working,
know you're fucking lame ass.
grinding, man. Working on
So
video
lame.
games,
You do
bro.
work on
Come
video
on,
Look
dude.
at me. I work on video games. I'm so sad. I'm in the
Oh, look, you
basement.
want to talk smack, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I ain't even gonna go there, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon.
Get up. Brandon gets up at the crack of noon.
Fucking late. That's so late. I mean, I used to
Anyways,
do it too, but yeah, it's so late. Like, so what's our
doing
topic for today?
fantastically. Fabulous.
What's our topic for today, Kenneth?
Yeah, I know that's her name. I was just saying, how do you pronounce it? Like on or on.
Um,
You know.
uh, Damn, KD can create something cool out of anything.
Yeah, Chris. You know what? We gotta get this thing. hint, hint, Brandon. We gotta get this.
We're just starting though.
We gotta get this posted. Yeah, but we're getting pretty regular now. Like we're doing it every Thursday. So we gotta start posting this.
Yeah.
So it comes up in people's feed. Brandon. But that's fine.
Hey, I've done some posting.
I push the buttons. I push buttons.
I know speaking English.
If you create it, Brandon, they will come. Now, if you create it, like I'll share it. Well, I
That's what
mean,
I
if you
did. I
create it,
said
it
it.
automatically shares it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It'll automatically like post it like
I blame
upcoming.
I blame Chris. It's not my fault. I blame
Well,
Chris.
you know what? I don't blame Chris. I don't blame Chris at all.
Hello, Joanne. How is it up in Canada? Canada.
We,
A A
Kennedy,
A.
A.
What's this one? Carol Garcia posted right here.
All right. So can we? What's our topic for today, there,
Oh yeah,
Kenneth?
here we go. KD, I went to Anaconda. Oh yeah, Anaconda and Butte, Montana this summer. I never got to go to Anaconda. That's where Sarah, I think, was filming. Um, when they were doing their show, because they were up there filming like the same time we were filming for Devil's Perch. So like Sarah was there for I don't know what, like 6 weeks, I think.
Oh, you were in Butte for like fucking.
Well, she was only, I think she said originally she was just gonna do like a couple episodes or like one episode, and they were like, no, we want to keep you, so they kept her. Like, no,
That's
you're
how it goes.
ours. You're too awesome. You have to stay. It was good to see Sarah and hang out. 6 weeks, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I thought. Yeah, I know we were up there for what, 12 weeks. I
Well,
mean,
you were up there for 2 months.
3 months, dude.
Well, yeah, probably actually more closer to 3 months.
It was 3 months.
Yeah,
It was it
but
was
it
on
was,
the
wasn't it?
dot. Yeah, it was actually a few days more than 3 months.
Dang.
It was cool though. I had a good time. Cindy's cool. It was good to get to know her and Dave and everybody.
Yeah, Dave yelled at me.
I'm sure Dave didn't mean to yell at you.
No, he did.
Well,
He
you probably deserved it.
probably did. To be honest. Well, it's funny because I mean, to be fair, Dave had just given his speech at the Wisconsin, like I think it was the Great Lakes Paracon or something.
Yeah, you were
Um,
ruining his pump, man. He was pumped, and you're like bringing him down, dude. He's like, what's this
well, no,
guy?
what had happened was
What
he
had
had
happened
gotten
was,
done. He went back to his table and he had the line of people,
yeah,
coming to talk to him, get a picture, autograph, whatever, right? And
right,
while they were in line going through, I just sat at my table. I turned on a ghost box. So I was just sitting there, like, fuck it, I'm just gonna sit here on a ghost box. And I think I was with somebody else too, and they like I was just doing it with them. And Dave like yelled from across the room. Mind you, the entire room is talking, so like there are people chatting. All like it's loud in there. So I turned the ghost box up enough for me to hear it, like at my table, and apparently it was too loud, and he yelled at me from across the room to turn the ghost box down.
get off my lawn.
And so I mean,
I'm
I
sorry,
mean, that
that was
wasn't as
funny.
bad as apparently I pissed Jason Hawes off because
God,
because
Austin, you're just pissing everybody off.
I know, dude. Well,
You're
okay,
like,
so
oh, hey, you've been in the paranormal community for a long time. You've done a lot of TV shows. Oh yeah, well, I'm about to piss you off. Standard.
It wasn't like that. It was more
I'm just
you know,
kidding.
like when that feeling that like when you're in a room with like Shane Pittman, Jason, Adam Berry, Sherry DeBenedetti, all these people, right? And you walk in there, and I'm like the only motherfucker in there that doesn't have like a banner, doesn't have all this other shit, right? I just got my little fucking name tag, a folded piece of paper name tag on my table, and a bunch of equipment and shit. Like shit from you, shit from Jada.
Hey, Dave. Dave's here with us.
Um, yep, in spirit,
Yep.
right?
Yep. He's out there
Um,
somewhere doing Dave
but
stuff.
so like, you ever get that feeling of like you're in a room and like you feel like you're not like welcome in this room, like I'm not worthy
Sure.
enough to be in this room, kind of thing,
Uh, well, I
or
think
like,
that's probably more you than anything else.
well, it's just the way that people were looking at me, man.
Well, it's also like perception, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
And that's what I
it's got a lot to
no,
do with
right,
it.
right, and I mean,
Yeah.
I wasn't doing nothing.
You know what? You're wrong, Austin. I agree with all them other people. I'm on their
What they
side.
say,
I'm
what
just
they
kidding.
say. I don't
Nothing.
know what any of them said, but
I'm just joking.
um,
It's a
no, I
joke.
think I think what pissed him off was I think
I
what pissed
think.
him off was actually the fact that I asked him. I went up to him and I said,
Hey, Dave.
"So I hear you're not much of a tech guy." That's all I said to him. And
Oh
like
well, like you
the
you
people,
you meant like I hear you don't
you
you
don't like
basically
tech
what
on
you
the
meant
show.
was you don't like to use a lot of equipment and stuff like that.
Right. Like
Like,
you're not big on the tech, right? And that's kind of
right.
like how I approached it. And I was friendly and we had been chatting a little bit before that. So I
Are
just
we are
kinda,
we are we gossiping right now? Is that what we're doing?
no, no, we're
Okay.
not.
Okay.
I'm just telling you kind of what happened.
Hey, Austin, don't
Um,
forget to connect your Facebook and stuff to this live, top right,
Well, he
oh,
could
so
share
we
it.
can go out
He
to your
could
people.
share it. Well, he could share
well,
it. It's got to
I,
it's
You
got
can
to go
share it.
first here so
I'm
people
on
have to come
StreamYard,
here to
bro.
watch
So
it.
like, if I'm on StreamYard and I don't have a
No, you could
computer, so
share
like,
it. You could share it. You see the little, but you got a button at the top of your screen there, so share this to your audience. That's all you gotta do. No,
I'm
you don't
on
want to.
StreamYard, bro, on the website. Like I can't do it like that.
Really? I'm
Really?
on the website too. Hey,
I'm
Dave.
Well,
disappointed too, Dave.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm
I'm on my
disappointed in
freaking.
Austin also.
Well, okay. So, when I asked him that question, like I just felt like he took real like offense to that for some reason, and I didn't mean it like in any kind of harm. I just wanted to say like, this is what I've heard, and I'm coming to you because I want you to tell me the truth rather than
Oh,
me
that's
wrongfully
yeah.
assuming, right? Like I
Mhm.
didn't want to wrongly assume something just from other people,
Well, I
and I
think you
didn't
were
even
just.
mean it in any
Did you
kind of
even
like,
really mean anything by it? Weren't you just kind of
no.
like starting
I was just asking.
conversation?
Yeah,
Like,
it was
hey,
more like a
yeah.
conversational piece.
Like
Like, so
kind of like breaking the ice. Like, hey, I'm a tech guy. It's kind of your way of saying, hey, I do tech stuff. Like,
right. That's
you know,
exactly what I said, and I could
yeah.
tell like from that moment his whole demeanor changed,
Hey, who's that? Who's
and I was
that
like, okay, maybe I
fine,
should
those
just.
fine that young lad and lass. Look at there.
Hmm. I remember where that was
Night,
taken too.
Sarah. Is that Joel Winter in the chat over there? Hello, Joel
Nice,
Winter.
Sarah.
Jenny Davis. Colleen Marshall. Hello.
Hello,
So,
everybody.
yep. So, anyways, no, yeah, they're all good people. I think maybe some of that's you too. Maybe
Maybe it
you feel
is.
intimidated, dude.
I ain't feel intimidated because I
Dave's a
was.
tall guy, dude. He's taller than you.
He's not taller than me.
I
He
know.
falls down a
He
lot.
might be. Well, he gets attacked by ghosts, man. Yeah, I mean, it's not his
That
fault.
that does happen.
Like that show Ghost Bait didn't make it. Dave should like make another show Ghost Bait and like, 'cause he's like the Ghost Bait.
Put himself in there.
I admire that,
That'd
you
be.
know.
I mean, that would be something cool to watch. Like
Well,
I
he
would
does.
love to see that.
I felt like he did. Like, he pretty much put himself out there and goes to Devil's Perch a lot. He was willing to do a lot of the little crazy experiments that not all of them made it on, and not all of
But
them made
was
it
he
on.
ever truly alone in these places?
Sure. Well, Yeah,
Or did he have a
no,
camera?
no, yeah, because sometimes you'd have the camera, the handheld, right?
Okay, so he did actually like go into these places by
Yeah,
himself.
sure.
Okay, all right.
I mean,
Good for him.
like if that, well, it's not always about that either, is it? Like sometimes it
Mhm.
is.
No, it's not.
I mean,
No,
sometimes it is.
I
Depends on
don't
what you're
I don't
doing,
know
right?
that.
Like there's lots of times where, I mean, it's good to have somebody there also to not only document what you're doing
Yeah,
with maybe a camera or whatever, but also as an eyewitness to whatever, that way if you
but
see
when you're
some shit,
talking
there's
about
somebody
being
else to
ghost,
say, I saw some shit too. So, this,
but
it's a lot more credible when you have that.
when you're talking about being bait.
Oh, well, no, I'm saying he kind of opens himself up, or maybe he's just naturally kind of opened up. When I say that, that's kind of what I mean. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He's not like purposely putting himself like in harm's way, but like that's just kind of his natural. Like, there's something about Dave that, I think it's because maybe sometimes he's there to get rid of stuff or,
Yeah,
whatever,
I'm
and
just I was
it's
just
kind of that. I mean, I'm not, so it's a lot of people are like that, I think all of us kind of have moments that are like that, but some of us just have more than others, I guess. And
well,
not
I was
everybody
more.
documents the stuff they do so thoroughly either, so.
Most people don't document anything thoroughly.
And you should at least, I mean, hell,
Good.
today you got a camera in your hand that's better than, most of the old cameras they used to use for filming movies. So
Yep.
there's people that
But
have
no,
made movies on their iPhones, like using their iPhones. So
yeah.
I mean, not only, not necessarily for like TV show purposes either. If you don't want, but it's good to just have that something there. Not that you have to prove anything. Personal experiences, I think, are a bigger part of you know, things you could capture or things you could, experience as far as paranormal activity goes. It's usually like personal experiences, and I'd say more times than not, it's when you're by yourself. Yeah, that's probably mostly fact check true. Probably, maybe.
Oh yeah.
I don't know the exact numbers on that. Excuse me. Austin, tell me the exact numbers on that. Brandon, tell me the exact numbers on that. Stat. Stat, please. He don't know. He ain't even there.
See, I like the concept of ghost bait. I just didn't like how they did it.
Well, I feel like, that's just a name. That's just like the name of the show. It doesn't have to be revolve around using somebody specifically as ghost bait because that's kind of a gimmicky and that I could see how that wouldn't last as long. It's more like there's always that person who is willing to put themselves into a situation where they're vulnerable to something that's there.
Well, that's why I like that
Ghost
show.
Adventures. Zach sends Aaron. He's like, "Hey, Aaron, why don't you go in that the torture dungeon down there that they used during the Spanish Inquisition and sit down there by yourself
So I liked
with it. Take this camera with you." So that's kind of the guy. He's ghost bait for that show. So everybody's kind of ghost bait. At least some of the time. We're all ghost bait sometimes. Sometimes you don't even know you're just kind of putting yourself in a place in a position to where you're vulnerable for something to interact with you and scare the shit out of you. There's a lot of people that do that. I mean, it happens. People have that is the personal experience though, right? So
yeah.
that's what it is. It is what
It
it
depends
is.
on your intentions, I guess. Like what your ultimate goal is.
Not necessarily. Sometimes you're just there doing stuff, and it's like people with haunted houses. They don't move into a. Most people don't move into a house with the intent on experiencing terrifying haunting.
No, I was more or less talking about like the capturing of evidence, like because a lot of people do it just for the experiences, But and I know that even you are like that. A lot of like most of the reasons you do it is for your own personal experiences. But I think that there's a lot of people out there, um, that I feel like we're like focused on actually, and I know that you have many aspects of this too, like for pushing towards like trying to figure out how exactly to bridge the gap. And we're never gonna figure it out, at least not in our lifetimes. But I feel like we got to keep pushing.
Tim Lovejoy
Um,
with the stats over here.
okay,
It's not the most. It's not the biggest part of paranormal experience, and that's probably kind of like yeah. Brandon's not there to throw that up. I wonder if I could do that. I don't think
like a
I can.
subjective thing. I mean, because
Yeah.
everybody's in it for different reasons, and that's okay. I mean, like everybody. That's what makes the
Brandon
field so
done gave
great.
up. Sorry. Go ahead.
That's what makes the field so great is that like people can be in it for whatever reasons they want to be, and it does not necessarily harm or take away from anybody else doing their own stuff. Um, but
What we
I
talk? So what? How do we get here?
I don't know, dude. Like I don't even know how you got to where we are now. I had to stop talking a couple times
We're
because you
talking
just
about
kept
personal experiences, right?
right. Well, like reason for being in the paranormal. Like, are you trying to capture evidence or are you trying to do it for personal experiences? I mean, you can do
Oh
it for
yeah, both.
both,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's kind of like why I do it. That's why you do it. Um,
Mhm.
but like some people, like they'll say they are doing it for the evidence, and but they're do they go through all the audio and the video? Do they actually do more than just like I don't know. I think we talked about this a while ago. Let's go for
Yeah, it
we
just depends on
we
what you
talked about
do,
this,
right? We
right?
did. We've already talked about this, but
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, ultimately it depends on what you do. Do what you do. So
and just do it to the best
I
of your
know
abilities.
why we got here, how we got here. Like, was it because of like what you said to dude with the at the
Oh
con, the Paracon
yeah, no,
person? Yeah.
I mean honestly, the only thing I would had to say about that was that like I feel like I pissed him off or offended him or something because he clearly did not like the fact that I asked him that question, even though my intentions were good. Like I was just trying to conversate with him, not like go at him, like what do you call him, aggressively or negatively or anything like that. And he
I
just,
heard you don't like equipment, fool.
yeah, like I
I'm just
really just
kidding. That's
like I
how I
grabbed the
envision you
chair and I
saying
sat
it.
down next to him and I just said, "So I hear you're not much of a tech guy, man." Like that's literally exactly how I said it. And this other dude I was with, his name was Jeff. Like he was sitting across too, and he said, and like he actually said something to me after we left. He's like, "Damn, did you see his demeanor fucking change?" I was like, "Yeah, that wasn't just me."
Well, maybe he took it like as an insult. You know what I mean? Like maybe he felt like you were calling him a boomer or something. I don't know. You know what I
No, I
mean?
just literally have heard from a number of people that Jason doesn't like to use tech on the shows, and so that's why I just asked. I was like, "How come you're not?" Like, I kind of was just
No,
trying
I
to
mean
pick
I
his
know
brain.
what you're. I know what. No, I know that. I mean we all know that you didn't. That wasn't your intention. But
I'm a
maybe
good
maybe
guy.
he took it. Well, anybody who has to say that, I don't know. I kind of sometimes I question.
Yeah, I actually can. I'm actually a really horrible fucking person.
Yeah, I bet. Bet nah, you're a good dude.
Try.
No, I'm sure, I'm sure all these people are, you have
I'm
like one
new.
interaction with them. Well, no, you just have like one
New.
interaction with them, and sometimes it's not always the best one. No,
Well, I think it's also
why
that
are you
like
doing that? Uh, we don't. There's no issues here with anybody. Austin's
no,
just
I don't. I ain't mad about nothing, and like I don't have any beef with anybody. I just was at the
mhm.
time, and I was like, "Damn, did I piss him off? Like I really didn't mean that." You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Tabitha. There is, for some people there is no end. Like, nothing um, will ever like 100% prove to them that paranormal activity is something outside of uh, what we know of as reality. You know what I mean, or as like the physics that we understand, right?
Thanks,
So
Jamie.
like, yeah, nobody's gonna accept that. So I don't think there is enough evidence. And we talked about colleges that conduct study. So what I'm saying is I'm not trying to discourage anybody from doing anything. What I'm saying is, do it. You know,
You got to come with your fucking A game. You can't just like
yeah.
half
There's
do it.
more. The longer I do it, the more I understand. There's more of a like you have to kind of
Data.
go out on a limb, and there's a level of belief you have to kind of put up
But you have to be
for a
able,
minute.
like,
You have to
the way,
suspend belief for a minute, suspend like logic, right? And just kind of go with whatever this path is, wherever this path is taking you sometimes, and then you kind of come to a conclusion on things sometimes with your evidence. And that's for you. You could document it, and that's what I'm saying. I don't care. You can try to debunk me, whatever. That doesn't bother me. I'm not doing it as scientific evidence. Tabitha, I think that's what.
well, why do they teach quantum physics? Because quantum physics really, I mean, people try to tie it within the paranormal, and I mean, there may be something there, but like, there's nothing that even like, I mean, with the paranormal specifically, or like ghost hunting or ITC or interdimensional stuff, it's all theoretical,
Well, and
uh,
also I think even the stuff they know, it's like,
hypothetical, actually.
yeah, it sets a precedence for what's possible. I think
And
is the
so,
point of that. It's not
but
so much that the quantum things is what does it. It's
well,
like if
they're
this can be
actually
this way, then
speaking of
maybe this can be this way.
speaking of quantum physics. You
Oh
know that
Lord.
they actually were able to finally prove quantum entanglement exists. Granted, not over a huge distance, but within like, I think they said like 60 feet or something, they were able to prove that two particles were entangled.
Quantum entanglements.
Yeah, like you,
Cool stuff, man.
if you manipulate one, the other one will be affected too, like kind of thing.
Yeah,
Um,
and it's weird how stuff is too, like particles.
but
And
see,
see,
that's the
all
thing.
that's cool and it's so small scale. It's like, what can it really do for us? But it's not a matter of what can that specifically that thing do for us. It sets a precedence for what's possible, what we could do, maybe on a bigger scale. That's the idea, right?
Well, and it's using
Is
mathematics. Like
and it's
math is
interesting that all this stuff happens on such a smaller scale as well. You
well,
know.
the thing is though, like it uses a lot of mathematics too. And math, everything in the universe is numbers. It's all
Yep.
math. Like
Yep.
we discovered math. We didn't invent math. And so like I think that
No,
when you
we
get
invented it.
when I think we discovered it. I would say
Yeah.
discovered it. I think that's a matter of
I'm
opinion
just
because
kidding. I'm
we
just
invented the
kidding.
formula. Okay, fuck you. Um anyways, no, like with quantum physics, like yeah, like he said, it is setting a precedence, but at the same time, how does that play into the paranormal field?
No,
You know
yeah,
what?
that's what I'm saying. That precedence for that particles one particle can exist in two different places in two different states simultaneously or whatever. That's an
And
interesting.
entanglement, I mean, you can look at entanglement outside of the quantum level though. Like you
Yeah,
ever
definitely.
So
Hmm.
here's a thought. You guys think about how twins work. Like how one twin could be in a lot of pain and the other could be across the entire planet fucking feeling the same pain, like wondering what like knowing something is wrong, right? Like twins just somehow have that connection. And I know
Well,
that
they're
that's not
genetically
necessarily
similar.
right. And
So is it that they have a
but they
connection,
have
or is it that when they have these things that are going on with them, maybe genetically, it's so similar and timed in their genetics that maybe the other one experiences it like almost simultaneously, and whether or
yep,
not
Jamie.
that's, you know what I mean, and so whether or not it's actually like a psychic connection, or is it a biological similarity that makes them experience these things like almost.
Right. But would you consider that to be a form of entanglement?
Sure. Yeah, I mean it's the
A
equivalent,
very
right?
vague
Yes, it
form.
is the no, it's the equivalent. It's a more complex because I mean you're talking about particles, just a single particle
Well, that's
existing
quantum
in two
level.
different right. So I'm saying what's the math
Uh,
gonna be to it's gonna be a lot. So like I don't know how that's and also kind of what you're talking about is sort of like a fifth dimensional being, sort of without
Yeah,
the
being in two places at the same time. Yeah,
well, there's two. It's similar to that situation, right? Similar to the twin paradox thing that we talked about.
yeah, yeah. But like even you like, but like I like what you said, the fifth dimension, like being in two places at the same time, because like that's actually like
And
everybody says that.
sorry, I just want to address
Jamie,
Jamil, Jamie, Jamil, like Jamil. I need new glasses.
yeah, she said she's a
Jamie.
twin.
Right, so you're a twin, and it very well could be a psychic link. I'm not saying that it's not. I'm just saying it's also a possibility that, and you know, what I was gonna say earlier about colleges doing the research and stuff. Even the most like all the only kind of paranormal research that the colleges are doing mostly anyway is like
Psychic,
ESP work,
hmm
and
telekinetic, psychic, stuff like that.
it's
Yeah,
not even telekinetic though, right? Because
some of them
there's not a
are.
lot there, you know what I mean? There's not a lot like documented this there telekinesis wise. I don't think they're gonna pour now. Tel you know
I think you'd be surprised.
Telepathic communication. I think that and also like precognizance. I think is a
Remote
big one.
viewing,
Yeah,
remote
I think
viewing.
right. Yeah, remote viewing has been in the past. I don't know if they, you know, what if any colleges are currently, but I know
I think
like
the military is doing it, but not maybe not colleges, but the military definitely
well,
is.
precognizance, right? That's a big one. I think nowadays.
In quantum radar.
Tim, you're blowing my mind, man.
Well, right, photons, electrons, small diamonds. Communication, computation, and quantum radar are active. They are all of those are, and actually, even JW, his focus is photons. So like, but like he's looking at how photons are involved within our communication aspect. Well, he said, I mean, he believes everything is photons. Like, and I mean, in our physical existence, our reality, yes, it is because photons interact with light, which and matter, like it allows us to see and feel everything. Like that's how we can perceive the world around us. But like and that's why they call dark matter because it does not interact with photons.
Sorry.
And we don't. It could be a million different things. Like we have no idea what the fuck dark matter is, but
Well,
it's there.
regardless. So like, your evidence is your evidence, man. Whatever you got, whatever's enough to prove it to you, in my opinion, that's good enough for me. So I say post it, record it, everything you do. ITC. So, um, like most
I'm,
ITC would do what now? What were you gonna say?
I'm gonna let you talk for a minute. I'll be right back. I use the bathroom.
Well, you made me forget what I was gonna say. Hello, everybody. What's up, Brandon?
What's happening?
I forgot what I was gonna say. Something about ITC, but
Yeah,
anyways,
you started out
I think I
strong
was
with
gonna
it.
say ITC is like is one of the focuses in paranormal research that obviously it's what I focus on, so that's my focus, and so that's what I'm gonna be making ghost boxes and stuff. I don't think making EMF detectors and stuff like that's very useful because there's already so many out there, and there's some really good ones out there. There's
And they're
nothing better.
relatively cheap, so
Yeah,
you know.
you can get a decent excuse me. You can get a decent EMF detector now for pretty cheap and better than one that I could build anyway. So I, I prefer to focus on the experimental ITC stuff.
Makes
Um,
sense.
yeah, yeah. So, anyways, let's look at some of these comments here in the chat.
So we got a bunch.
Well, let's look. Let's looky. Let's have a looky. All
Let's
right,
have a look.
don't do the newest one first.
No. Well, let's see. That's Tim, blow your mind on that one.
I'm
Oh,
putting some
here we go.
circuit boards together, man.
I love it.
That's the Lego box circuit board.
Jonathan from JK47 Paranormal said biologically is physical versus quantum.
Yeah, man.
Talking about the twins and then quantum entanglement. I get it.
I get it. I'm
Do
just
you?
saying, all this stuff is possibly, how we're, paranormal stuff. Some of it anyway, at least.
Right.
Is all of it explainable? Sure. I mean, if everything in the universe is explainable by quantum physics and quantum entanglement and string theory or whatever, then sure, yeah, like it's all related. Then everything's related. But I think what we're talking about is like things of different natures more than that, right?
Yeah, and I agree with you
CERN is
with
some
the.
scary shit too. You know what?
Yeah,
I
it
heard
is.
an interesting theory the other day. This kid, right, is supposedly the smartest kid on the internet or whatever. It's like 10 years old, and he records this video like talking about how the world actually ended in, I think it was like 2010, when they
2016.
was it
2016.
2016? Okay, when they turned on the freaking CERN and they collided these two particles together, and that it actually like destroyed the universe. Like, I don't know. Have
Damn.
you heard anything about that? It's pretty
Have
crazy. I don't
not.
know, Brandon.
I actually, yes, I have heard about that.
Can you find something on that? That's pretty crazy.
I have heard about that actually. Yeah. No, that is crazy. I mean, honestly, we wouldn't know if it did. We wouldn't, but I mean, some people probably do. But like, I mean, I guess that's part of the question. Like, if it, like, would we know? Like, if our reality was changed, like, even if somebody, like, let's say, 50 years or 100 years from now or 1,000 years from now, were to go back in time and the butterfly effect happens, right? Would we even know?
Well, that's okay. So if you're talking about like 11 dimensional, like if there's 11 dimensions that we know of that are
I was more or
mathematically
less
possible
talking
or
about
whatever.
like
Well,
I was
it's
more or
the
less
same thing though. It's the
I wasn't
same
talking
thing.
about
It's the same
dimensional
idea.
stuff.
Right, right. So, but all these dimensions deal with time. They're all like as you move through the dimensions and you get to be
Well, I
a
wasn't
fifth,
talking
sixth,
about
seventh.
how this all happens. I'm talking about like
Right. Well,
let's
I'm telling you
say
why that's not necessarily the case, right? Like you're talking about like kind of the Back to the Future effect, right? Like go back in time and your
the
mom and
butterfly
dad
effect.
don't. Yeah, same thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you go
but
back to
would we even
19.
know that? Would we even know that the timeline was changed?
No.
Yeah, I don't think we
But
would.
unless you are I think it's the sixth or seventh dimensional being, and then you can travel backwards and forwards, and then jump across realities, right? So instead of there just being one reality where you go back in time and you prevent your mom and dad from meeting, so then you just disappear, right? And they never have you. Instead of that happening and being the only, so you have that timeline, it skews off, and then you have the original timeline that keeps going. So then
I
you
think
have two.
the only way you can tell if you're in an alternate universe is all of this Mandela effect that's going on.
Well, that's what they say that's what they say caused the Mandela effect so heavily in that 2016 2017 time frame is but I don't know. I don't know if the that's probably about correct though, as far as like when that Mandela effect thing was coined. I can't remember the lady's
I don't
name
know.
who coined that. She was on Coast to
Right.
Coast AM one night. I can't remember
Yeah,
what
it
her
was
name was.
somebody. She was talking about Nelson Mandela dying, and like
Right.
he
Well,
didn't
that's
really
why they
die.
call it the Mandela effect. Right. Yeah.
Right.
And right. So then they kind of they caught on, I guess, whenever she gave her speech. Excuse me.
Well, right. I mean, it's true because you look at the movie like Shazam, the Berenstain Bears. Were they Berenstein or Berenstain?
I don't know, man. I was a crazy ass little kid. It could have very well just been,
Well,
and I just never even paid attention, right?
what about the fruit of the loom? Uh,
Did it
Oh, do
have
we
the
have any
cornucopia
video?
or not?
That's what I'm
That's
saying. Do we
right.
have photo evidence of this, right? We don't.
I saw a lady who went back into her old wardrobe and found a Fruit of the Loom shirt that had the cornucopia, But if you look
Mhm.
at Fruit of the Loom website, they put out a timeline of all their stuff, and the cornucopia is not there. What are they
Well,
really
then,
doing?
is there a possibility that it's just a mistake, or somebody's
Or an
purposely,
or right
faking this, which is not wouldn't be completely difficult to do.
counterfeit
Is
merchandise.
if you got a friggin' screen printer,
Yeah,
like
counterfeit
you could do
merchandise,
stuff like
man.
that. Yeah.
That happens.
It very well could be counterfeit. Yeah, they just change it a little bit so it's not a copyright infringement or whatever, or
Oh, there are
um
people that do this copyright infringement regardless. Like they'll
no,
sell
but
the
I'm
shit.
saying some of the stuff is like, they'll just change one small thing and it's able to go on. But anyway, yeah.
Anyway, okay.
So here's the thing. How come some people remember it and some other people don't? What's the difference?
That's where the alternate reality or alternate
So
timeline may
only
come
some
in.
people.
Well, you also have to look at what age. Like, what's the age cutoff for people that remember
Why
this
is the
stuff?
age? Why does the age matter?
Well, if
More or
that,
less the generation that
How did
had it
this
growing up.
this alternate reality switch happen and then single out people like not only based on whatever other factors but also their age? That's a pretty like
Well, I'm going to tell you right
precision
now. I
wormhole
saw
or
the
whatever,
movie. I
mirror
swear to God,
universe.
I'm telling you, I saw the movie Shazam with Sinbad. I
Okay, so you
saw
know
that
what?
shit.
You know what? Okay, so here's the thing, right? So we're all supposedly like time is supposedly they say somebody said it. Hell, I don't know. I said they. Somebody freaking said it, and somebody can look this up. They say that we perceive time linear in a linear fashion, right? But in reality, everything is happening kind of at the same time, or there's no, and that's kind of what the whole time, the
Time is a
multiverse
human
thing
concept.
is
Yeah.
is about, right? And so there's an infinite amount of choices that you've made and infinite amounts of branches of the different things you could have done. So changing something in your past doesn't necessarily delete everything that one timeline accomplished in that
Oh,
period
it
of
just
time, right?
creates a new timeline.
Right. So anyway, that's giving me a headache. Can we
All
can we
right.
move on?
Making you think too much?
In the late great words of Colonel Sanders, I'm too drunk to taste this chicken.
You're
That's
not even drunk.
Talladega Nights. I know I don't drink that much. I don't drink at all, actually.
I'm too drunk
I
to,
just
to taste
I'm
this
too
chicken.
I'm too drunk to taste this chicken.
Uh,
Words of the late great Colonel Sanders. Yeah, apparently.
oh, that was Colonel Sanders said.
That's what he said.
Colonel Sanders,
Shake and bake.
you're wrong, Colonel Sanders.
Shake. What the hell was that?
That sounds like the fucking dude in the Water Boy making fun of Bobby Boucher. This
I
foosball.
see you, Mr. Penguin.
Oh, that's Billy
That's
Madison.
Billy Madison. Yeah, that's
Nudie
different time
Magazine
frame.
Day. Nudie
Nudie
Magazine.
magazine day, yeah.
This is great, you guys. What do you think, Adam Sandler? Is he done, or you
Yeah,
think he's like? I think, but he's like one of the like
he is. But
top grossing comedians still, and
I think he should produce and write and direct, maybe. But I think that his form
he
of
puts out
comedy
like
has
12. He puts out like 37 movies per month on
does it.
Amazon. I don't
Oh,
know. It's a
well,
lot.
I
That's
think
like
that
more than a movie a day, bro. You realize that?
yeah, but I think comedy
37,
is not always timeless.
maybe 38. We should bring up some of his movies and let's see if you've heard
That's
of
a
any
lot
of
of fucking
these.
movies. Are
Dude,
you
I
really
don't know.
sure?
I'm joking, man. It's a joke.
I know you're
But
tripping me out.
he's made a lot of freaking movies, man, and I've
Yeah,
never heard of any of them, dude.
I think Adam Sandler's prime was in the '90s. I think like even the movie Click, some of these other ones. It's like he's kind of got that same form of comedy Um, and I mean, I think he's great. Like 50 First Dates was awesome, and he's a good actor. But I think that like the kind of
Yeah.
comedy that Adam Sandler, what made
Have you
Adam
heard?
Sandler great,
Have you
it's
heard
kind of
of
like the same shit like how
Uncut
Eminem.
Gems? Uncut. Have you heard of that?
No,
Okay, next.
well,
What's
think about
this?
Eminem, right?
Okay, what's this? What's this? Hubie
Answer.
Halloween. Have you have you seen that banger? No.
I
Okay,
haven't seen
next.
any of those. I
What's the
guarantee
next
you.
one? Brandon, what's that? Is Shrek. Leo. Have you seen Leo? What about that
Mm-mm.
hit animated film classic?
Leo,
Murder Mystery 2. What happened to Murder Mystery 1? What is
just
this?
really.
Jesus Christ, what are all these? Okay, and then okay, there's little Nicky I know. 51st Dates. That was a great movie, man. Yeah, Happy Madison, they make a lot of money every year, dude. I forget how much it was, but it's like a ton.
Happy Madison. Yeah, they. I mean, they're good though.
Jonathan says that Hubie is good, I guess. Yeah, you know what? I think Adam Sandler's still funny, and I think he's probably a good dude. I don't know. I heard he's a good dude.
I'm sure he is.
Yeah. But now to go back and watch I like Waterboy still, right? Waterboy was like I
But
feel
that's
like
the
was the pinnacle of that kind of comedy for him.
that's what I'm saying. Is like
That was the
that's what
apex.
defined Adam Sandler for, and that's still a lot of people. When you say Adam Sandler, you think of those classic movies like, oh yeah, this like Waterboy, Billy Madison, like even Mr. Deeds. It was like that
And
too, you know.
even Saturday Night Live, like he was
Oh fucking hey man.
dude, him and Chris Farley, they were the dynamic duo, bro.
Hmm. Oh yeah, I mean, th- yeah, they really
And
they
David
really were.
Spade.
David Spade too, back when he was actually, I mean, back when he was popular too. A lot of those guys were really popular in the '90s and early
Yeah,
2000s.
they were all on Saturday Night Live at the same time, and
Mhm.
that was the second like best
Happy
time.
Gilmore is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Happy Gilmore's still okay. It's almost too corny though, to
Well, if
watch
you watch it
now.
too much, like
It's
for
no,
me,
I'm saying it's kind of like some of the comedies, kind of like very, very adolescent. You know what I mean? Like a little too like everybody still loves fart jokes, but like some of it's just a little too, I don't know, silly maybe. I don't know.
well, how do you feel about Jim Carrey then? Because he's kind of the same character too.
Jim Carrey though, that was
I mean, Jim Carrey is one of the
not really
greatest.
though.
When
Adam
he's a
Sandler's
goofy,
funny as hell just doing stand up though, but that's what I
hmm
knew him the most for. Like, cause he had I had that first CD that he put out. The album was called "What the Hell Happened to Me." Yes, we used to buy comedy CDs, like albums, right? And there's a whole
yeah,
ass album that's on YouTube Music or whatever you use,
yeah.
and it's there. What the hell happened to me? And it's got the buffoon. I think it's the buffoon on there, and that shit was funny.
Oh yeah,
We would sit around and we would laugh our asses off.
oh yeah. Yeah, I remember that shit. Even on when like the iPods first came out and you had iTunes, like you'd
Oh
go through it
Jesus,
and you'd find all the fucking.
that was
Dude, I remember the
way
day. I remember the days of Napster, bro. Like, you remember
the world left
Napster and
behind, or leave the world behind.
LimeWire and fucking. Oh man, those were the days. Those were
Yeah,
the days, bro.
Dream. I might watch that movie one day. It just, like newer movies just kind of bother me. It's like all of them. They all have some kind of angle or something. They're trying to preach something to you. It's like I just want to watch a movie, man. Horror movies are my favorite. Like 80s cheese, 90s cheese, silly horror movies. That whole best of the worst, so good it's bad type situation. That's my favorite movies to watch.
It's so bad it's good type
Yep.
situation.
Mhm. Like a cheesy 80s horror movie, like
Right.
Like Teeth, like the movie Teeth.
Oh,
Teeth is a little new, but yeah, it's okay.
I mean, it's
It's
Yeah.
very it's creepy, but it's
Colleen
kind of
talks
the
about that
same,
movie.
like a monster creeping around. That's all alien, man. All that's alien.
No,
That whole
well,
creeping around. Yeah, the whole teeth. Oh, I'll take your teeth for, that's like Tooth Fairy. Was that
I
Teeth?
what that was?
I
Because
know
I'm pretty
there
sure the
was
movie
another one that
Teeth
was Tooth
no
Fairy. I'm thinking about Tooth Fairy.
no Teeth
That
was
was that one.
is the
the
woman's
teeth.
hoo ha.
Yeah, the teeth in the old woohoo.
Well, even that was
And
taken
stick
from
your
an
dick
old
in there.
'80s
And
cheesy movie. There, I can't remember what movie it was that I've seen, but that actually happened, and it was oh god, dang it, I can't remember. The woman was an ichthyologist in it, and she was investigating strange fish sightings. They were filming a porn on this beach. I think it was in like Florida or something, or it might have been in Southern California. But they were like they were there was this monster that was attacking everybody, and that was the same. Uh, yeah. Anyways,
That almost sounds like Species.
yeah. She had you know, she sucked the life out of this lady, and then the lady goes and like goes to make fun, happy time with her boyfriend later on, and yeah, she's got a teeth on her hoo ha.
makes fun, happy time.
That's make fun, happy time.
I give you happy time.
Puppet
I
Master's
love it.
good.
Puppet Master.
Dollman
I haven't
versus
seen Puppet
Demonic Toy.
Master.
Dollman was good too, though. Dollman was good. What's his name? I can't remember that dude's name, but he's good.
I don't know any of those.
Mm, yeah, dude. Were those Hammer or not Hammer? Canon films? I can't remember if those were Canon films or not. Night of the Demons is one of my favorite, and it was that's an Italian movie, dude. But it's so good. It's just crazy. That's like they might as well be zombies, but they're demons.
Oh,
The Killing Tree.
dude, some of those
Oh,
like
is
I
that the one with the tree actually kills people?
are we
I mean,
like
if I
no
had to guess from the name of the movie, The Killing Tree, I would assume the tree
Hey,
killed
you
people.
shut up, Brandon. It could be like a hanging tree. It could be where they line people up and shoot them. How
freaking
about
lynch
that, bud?
lynching?
I detect sarcasm. I detect some sarcasm.
I would agree. Yeah, I need to
Jonathan,
figure out how.
we are old. Night of the Comet wasn't bad. Night of the Comet sounds familiar. Night of the Creeps, I know. Night of the Living Dead. Return of the Living Dead. That's another one of my favorites. You're
Dude, I
Bluetooth
like that
mode.
box. Yeah,
Yeah, those are
that looks
cool. I've
good.
made a couple out of those.
That's
Hey, that
charge.
one dude in your gosh, that lives near you, Austin. He bought that one that I made like that.
Heath.
Heath, yes. Yes.
Yeah, Heath. I remember he told me that he needed to. I remember talking to him one time. He said he was having a problem with it or something,
Oh,
and
just
he
put
just
that
never
out
sent
there.
it back.
Oh yeah. Oh, screw you too.
Well, it was one of your early boxes, like
Yeah,
early
I
boxes.
don't think I planned on even selling that.
No, no, I don't think you did, but you did end up selling it to him. So I
Y'all
don't even remember what you
people
sold it for, but it
people be
was
talking me into stuff, man.
yeah. Mike has one of your original little box tuners too, with the cross laser that shoots up.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bud.
Wishmaster was good. Also, they also had that dude in it, Warlock, the first one. That was a good movie.
Scanners was a good movie.
Scanners was okay.
I enjoyed it.
I mean,
With
yeah, it had the best, obviously, one of the best head explosion. Well, several of the best head explosion
the
effects
the newscaster and then the
of its
dude that was
time.
in the rotating door explode. Yeah, it's great.
They don't do shit like that anymore, man. They don't have head explosions and like decapitations.
They
They
do
don't
in the
do
Saw
anything.
movie.
Yeah, but it's all like yes, okay, Saw, right? But like back in the day, bro, like all your like good horror movies had like crazy kills. Most kills nowadays are off camera, not always, but
Depends on the movie.
yeah, it's like they make a lot of these friggin' like Army of the Dead, dude. That was like more of an action movie than
But I mean, if
than
you
a
got
horror
like,
movie.
I mean, but then you go into like the
And they
Friday
already
the
did it.
13th and Halloween and those slasher movies. Like that's not like they'll show him stabbing him right in the head. Or you
Yeah,
see
no, that's
House
what I'm
of
saying.
Wax.
Back in the day they used to, but nowadays they don't do it as much. They don't do that as much. And they use CG when they do, and it usually doesn't look as good. Now, there's a lot of like indie films that are coming out that are better, right? But none of you don't have like blockbuster or like major
Motion pictures.
yeah, you don't have like rated R shit in the movies that much anymore. There is, but
Yeah, but I think
Phantasms is like almost number one. I want to say that's number one, but I could probably think of something else that I like equally. But that's I'd say I probably have like 10 number ones that I wouldn't be able to choose between Phantasms one of those. Friday the 13th with Kevin Bacon. That was part two, right? Or was that part one? No, that wasn't part one. I don't think.
when you mean the first one?
Yeah, in the first one, it wasn't even Jason. It was his mom.
Well, no, it was Jason, but he had the sack on his head.
No, that was part two, bro.
Well, which one was Ari Lyman in? He was in the first one.
No, the first one, it was his mom, dude. There was no Jason Voorhees. No, they drowned him, and his mom was
Got
getting her
revenge.
revenge, and she was murdering everybody, and even the mama, it's actually saying mama, and that's like a effect they made from her saying kill him, mama, kill him, mommy, because that's what he said in the movie, or that's what she was saying, like, and that's what he's in her head. That was her psychosis or whatever, and it was, yes, it was crazy. Spoiler alert if you hadn't seen.
Spoiler alert.
Critters was good too, man. Critters, all the Critters is freaking good. Every single one of them. I think there's five of them, maybe six. They're all good, dude.
What
That's a
about
good time.
Basket Case?
Basket Case is it's messed up. A lot of people wouldn't be able to watch it just because it's like an acquired taste and cheese or not necessarily cheese because that's actually a crazy like scary. It's actually disturbing, I think, but it's more disturbing like what it implies more than some of the visuals are pretty severe. Power off, baby. But yeah,
So,
Basket Case was good. There's another movie that tied into that. What was it? Oh God, I can't. So they created like this Basket Case universe. I'm just kidding, but there was another movie where there was a cameo of the dude who was the protagonist in Basket Case. He was what was he in an elevator on a subway with his basket in his lap, and that's where I can't remember. Anyway, there's another
All
movie
right.
that's like related to it, but like that.
See, we're just talking about movies now. We ain't even
So
talking about
what? Well, we ain't got to talk about
that.
paranormal stuff all the time. We can talk about whatever we want.
That's true.
What we got in the comments over here, Brandon? Oh, House was another good one. Oh yeah, and Hellraiser. Hellraiser 2 was good also. Hellraiser 3, not so much. It was okay. And then after that, I get just forget about it.
yeah,
House 1 and House 2 was good too. House
Hellraiser 1
3
and
is
2
garbage.
were amazing. 3 through 5 sucked. The newest Hellraiser Judgment was good. The last one with a male lead. And then the Hellraiser with the female pinhead was really good.
You thought that was good?
I enjoyed it.
I mean, I didn't watch it.
I
I'm
like
just
what they
asking
did.
you. I'm not like, yeah. Oh, you like it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I
Criticizing you.
because Cenobites are neither male nor female. So, you can
Right. Well, they're demons to some and angels to others.
what sights we have to show you.
So I would assume they can come in lots of different forms. Like you had the what was that? The architect or was it the engineer?
The
And
architect
the
and then the toy maker.
yeah, dude. Oh, dude, that the big monster thing that ran down the hallway. That was the architect.
That was the architect. Then you had
Mm-hmm.
Leviathan
Yeah,
that
that's
would just
crazy,
grab you
man.
by the top of the head.
Yeah, yeah. This is
Yeah.
crazy, dude.
Oh, look,
That was good.
it's 59 minutes and 55 seconds.
Well, we can go a little longer if we want to, but what do you think, Austin?
I mean, at this point, we're just talking about movies, so like, I don't.
You not interested anymore? Well, I see how it is, bud.
It's all right, bud.
I'll have to talk about movies on another podcast.
I think you should.
I think I might.
You know what I like about this podcast?
What's that?
We can do stuff like this.